A new day in Colorado, and what the Rapids hope will be the start of a new streak. After seeing their historic 12-match unbeaten stretch come to an end last weekend, Rapids 2 battles LA Galaxy 2 and in a battle of the two top goal scorers in the entire league. Great to have you with us from the University of Denver Soccer Stadium and Denver, Colorado. I'm Ryan Pierce. Let's go ahead and have a look at the MLS Next Pro standings on this gorgeous night from Denver. At the very top, you have the Colorado Rapids 2, the team you'll see tonight, of course, 9-1-3 with 32 points, tied for the most points in the entire league. You scroll down a bit to the bottom, LA Galaxy 2, they're 2-8-3, playing much better as of recently. And there's some positive news for LA Galaxy 2 tonight. Aaron Bibu was expected to maybe potentially stay with the A team, but he will play tonight. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the starting lineups first for the home team, Colorado. And they have some surprising news on their end as well. Calvin Harris, number 14, former second overall pick in the 2021 MLS draft, is starting there on the offensive side. He has 2 goals this year after playing 3 matches with the A team. And of course, they are led in scoring this year by Yosuke Hanya. Number 47 leads the league in goals with 9. Rodriguez, between the pipes tonight in net. He is making his first start in about 6 weeks as the goalkeeper. Let's go ahead and switch sides and have a look at the starting lineup for LA Galaxy 2. And some surprising news, Aaron Bibu is starting after he played with the A team this weekend. A busy weekend for Bibu, 8 goals, tied for second in the league this year. He played 7 minutes on the A team, and now he plays tonight. Vivi and Perez are next to him. Saldana is a player to watch in the middle, 4 assists, one of the top passers in the league. And Mitrovic is getting the start in goal tonight for LA Galaxy 2. You have a team at the top in the standings in Colorado, a team towards the bottom, but with a ton of talent in LA Galaxy 2. It should be a fun one on a gorgeous night in Denver, Colorado. When is it not gorgeous in Denver? Beautiful, warm, 85 degrees, not a swift breeze, looking really nice in Denver. It took nearly half a season, but Rapids 2 finally lost a match last weekend, 2-1 to Tacoma Defiance. It's their first loss in 273 days since September 18th. That's tied with Houston Dynamo 2 and Toronto FC 2 with the league record. LA Galaxy 2 have experienced their own major accomplishments recently. A handful of players, including goal scorer Aaron Bibu, were called up this past week to play for LA Galaxy A team as we are underway from Denver. An exciting matchup between LA Galaxy 2 and Colorado Rapids 2. Jackson Travis for the Rapids in their home dark uniforms. And then, of course, LA Galaxy in their road white kits. Maroon is the official color for the Rapids 2. Galaxy with their gorgeous white kits. LA Galaxy wasn't expected to have Aaron Bibu tonight. You see him there, number 73, as the over-the-top pass ends in the attacking third. That's Calvin Harris, second overall pick in the 2021 MLS Super Draft, working to us right. Now the top to Aguirre, Robinson Aguirre. We talked to him before this match. He said he's having a lot of fun this year. Always good vibes with this Colorado team, and that's what happens when you have 9 wins and only 1 loss. The Rapids, coached by Eric Boucher, so much fun to talk to. He has been there since the team's inception. He used to coach the U17 team. There's their coaching the Rapids, just experienced their first loss in 273 days. He's been a coach for over 25 years and specializes in making young, talented players reach that next level. As Travis centers back to the middle, Aguirre resets to the right side. We'll talk about the LA Galaxy head coach in just a moment when they're in possession. Rapids, one of the best goal-scoring teams in the league. Their offense has been dynamite this season, but has been quiet over the past couple matches. Just 1 goal in each of their past 2 as the ball rolls out of play, and it will go to LA for the first time in this match. They're coached by Marcelo Sarvis in his first full season with the club after taking over coaching duties in August last year. He joined LA Galaxy after spending time with the Colorado Rapids Academy. One storyline to keep in mind as he makes one of many returns back to Denver, Colorado tonight. But maybe the big story, with Aaron Bibu playing, you have the 2 top goal scorers in the entire league. Bibu tied for second with 8. And then Yosuke Hanya on the other end for Colorado. He has been incredible. 2 goals in his past 4 matches. Those two are going to be fun to watch tonight. Both of them have time this season with the A team, including just yesterday for Bibu. Played 7 minutes, took 1 shot for LA Galaxy. The road team on the offensive side for the first time as they reach the attacking third. Rapids wanted a offsides, didn't get the call. The referee tonight is Jalen Green. He'll be patrolling the middle of the field as he'll stay with LA Galaxy. Great to have you with us on this Sunday night. We have a lot of young talent playing this evening. Some players that have seen time in the A team this season. A lot of guys that were picked high in drafts, leading goal scorers in the league, excellent passers, and 2 great keepers between the pipes tonight. Going to be a lot of fun to watch both these teams and see a lot of really good young talent. As the ball rolls back to Micevic, dangerous pass to the sideline. Micevic trying to find the corner. LA Galaxy struggling to get it into the midfield, and it goes out of bounds. A turnover to Colorado. They like to put the pressure on you defensively. They have a couple good ones back there, including Anthony Markanek, the 23-year-old from Bourbonnais, Illinois, making his 3rd start this year. Did not start last week. You just saw him throw it in, number 31 on the near side of your picture. In fact, a couple changes in the Rapids starting lineup after their loss to Tacoma. Nice feed, through ball to Jackson Travis. He did start last week against Tacoma. Sends it back to the middle. There's the aforementioned Markanek at midfield to Aguirre. Aguirre, when we talked to him this week, such a nice young man, mentioned how much fun he's having with the team and how it makes him feel like he's at home. Here's Travis with space, crosses to the middle, and it's cleared, and will be an early corner kick for Colorado. Jackson Travis, a couple early touches, making his 5th start. He does have 2 assists this season. A dynamic player on that left side, and the first corner kick for Rapids. Actually, it'll be a throw-in. I thought that went out to the near corner. Just a throw-in. So we'll have to wait for that first corner kick. Rapids still keep it, of course, and it rolls all the way back to their keeper, Abraham Rodriguez. Great to see him healthy. Great to see him back in the lineup tonight. Rodriguez, kind of your rare breed of goalkeepers. Just 5'9", but very active between the pipes for Colorado. All-time Rapids 2 leader in wins, saves. Interesting note, just 1 clean sheet for how good he's been. Maybe has his eyes on a 2nd tonight against LA Galaxy. That's a tough task, though, with their offense. Micevic right back to the middle. Asala Isenga, excuse me, to the sideline. Gonzalez placed Pepper with his teammate on the sideline. Now back in the middle to Gonzalez. Just underway, Colorado 2, LA Galaxy, or Colorado Rapids 2, LA Galaxy 2. From Denver, Colorado. Rapids lead the Western Conference, 2nd overall in goals scored with 31. Their defense is 3rd in goals against when it comes to allowing goals, just 9 allowed. An impressive number. They've got the best goal differential in MLS Next Pro. So this is a team that is having an extremely good year. And speaking of an extremely good year, congratulations to the U17 team for LA Galaxy. They won the championship today. Fun to see that picture on the LA Galaxy 2 Twitter site. Or Twitter feed. Showed the team very excited with their big championship trophy. Galaxy was in kind of a unique position. The A team was playing against Colorado Rapids A team, and that's where Aaron Bibu was at. And then the U17 team had their championship match this weekend, so they really couldn't call on players from that squad. So Bibu comes back and plays with Galaxy 2. Tough to say if he'll go back to the A team after this match. We'll have to wait and see. He played 7 minutes yesterday and took 1 shot as the ball rolls out of play. Battle between the two top goal scorers in the league. Yosuke Hanya, haven't seen him touch it yet for the Rapids, and Aaron Bibu for Galaxy. Here's a quick turnover in a dangerous spot. Here is Hanya, crossing to his right foot. The shot, it is saved by Micevic. And Micevic comes up to make the play. The first touch from Yosuke Hanya is saved by Micevic. As we watch the replay in just a moment, I want to tell you how rare that actually is. Hanya, so quick to his right. He has 19 shots now, 15 shots on target. 9 of them have been for goals. So well more than 50% of his shots on target this year have gone through the back of the net. He is not a guy that's easy to stop. A nice save by Micevic. Let's put that in broader perspective. It's an incredible statistic. Hanya has scored 9 goals on now 19 shots this year. By comparison, Aaron Bibu, who's been great, he's second. He has 8 goals on 44 shots. Nick Firmino, who we might see a little bit later on when we talk stats, has taken 40 shots to score 8 goals for Atlanta. The only other player who's even close to Hanya is Cincinnati's Arquidius Ordonez, who has 6 goals on 20 shots. So when you're talking efficiency, there's nobody better than Yosuke Hanya. And just about score number 10. Hanya had a brace last time these two teams met. Probably a good time to talk about that. It was a 5-0 shutout by Rapids. They beat Galaxy behind those 2 goals from Hanya. Talked to both coaches and said, look, it was a learning moment early in the year for all these players. One of those things where you brush off, and that's something that you see with both Coach Eric Boucher and Coach Marcelo Sarvis. Both these coaches, yes, you want to come out and get the win. That's incredibly valuable. But it's all about player development, and they just both spoke with so much pride, talking about guys like Aaron Bibu, as well as Hanya, and the newly recalled up Calvin Harris for Rapids too, all having playing experience at the next level, able to develop their skills here and move to the A squad, and now back down, but still playing great soccer here with their 2 respective teams. MLS Next Pro, such a great pathway to the pros, and we're seeing guys with just elite level talent at the early parts of their career. So far, no score. Yosuke Hanya has the closest shot. 1 shot on goal for Colorado Rapids, 2. LA Galaxy hasn't really threatened Abraham Rodriguez yet. Let's see if they can here. A counterattack opportunity. Down to the right side, over the top pass is nicely dropped in. Crossing pass towards the top of the box. Now the backside of the field, and Perez a chance as he rolls over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to cross. Dangerous pass up in the middle, and waiting for it is Kate. Here's a shot and a goal for LA Galaxy 2. Calderon puts the road team on top 1-0 just 10 minutes and 40 seconds into it. A huge strike from Juan Calderon, the 19-year-old from Riverside, California. It's his 2nd goal this season, a surprise one, as it popped back out off the header from Kate, right to Calderon, and the strong strike with the left foot. So a quick goal from LA Galaxy. Calderon, his 2nd goal this season, just his 5th start. Now he converted on a penalty kick in Galaxy's last match. That was 2 weeks ago. They lost on penalty kicks to Real Monarch. And sometimes I think when you have, even if it's not an official goal, a penalty kick go in at the end of the match, it carries on to the next, and that's exactly what happened for Juan Calderon. So an early lead for Galaxy 2. They did not score a goal the first 2 times these teams met. Now Calderon the takeaway, the deep kick, and it's wide left. Something has got into Juan Calderon. Already a goal and an attempt from about 40 yards out. Not a bad thought though, with Rodriguez potentially out of position, but he got back quickly. Juan Calderon the goal, and Colorado Rapids 2 playing from behind. That's a rarity for them. Just one loss this season. They spent most of their match against Tacoma down 2-0 until a late goal by Blake Malone. I guess in the 71st minute. Wasn't quite enough though. And Galaxy looked good against Real Monarch. They played it to a shootout as this ball leaks away, but Micevic up to the task, clears it to midfield. A little pushing and shoving, and a foul coming up on Aguirre. I want to go back to our conversation with Robinson Aguirre, as we do have an LA Galaxy player slow to get up. He talked about being away from his family. He says it's been good. The community around me has been really helpful. He discussed his changes professionally. He feels like he's becoming a more mature player, as it's good to see Adrian Gonzalez walk that off. And then playing with this team, he says the vibes are always good. It's a lot of fun to play with all this young talent on a first-place team. That's probably what the vibes are going to be. But an early challenge from LA Galaxy. Rodriguez to the middle of the field, climbing the ladder, and heading it is Travis. Ball squirts away, and it's picked up by Marcanic. You can tell that Colorado, after that shot to the jaw, just trying to slow down the tempo, reset themselves. Honga already almost has a goal. LA Galaxy 2-18, or rather a 2-8-2, 11 points this year. They have a -13 goal differential entering this match. 1-5 on the road, but as that one goes over to Travis, in the box, sets up the middle. The chip shot is knocked away by the back line. I believe that was Marcus Ferkranis knocking it away. Marcanic rolls back to midfield. Going back to that point, though, 11 goals scored, 19 goals against on the road, but Galaxy's been playing better on the road recently. And they're on top 1-0. Miscommunication as Aguirre's pass rolls to the sideline. Rapids keep it. The attacking third. Now the reset up top, as they have to maneuver around official Jalen Gray. Marcanic, in his second season with the Rapids, gives way to Marlon Vargas, their leader in assists. Travis. You can see how LA just packs it in, making life tough for Colorado. Now this Galaxy team, one of the great things about them is how much young talent that has been homegrown. At least in the recent match, 13 players have contracts with LA Galaxy too, and 6 players are products of the LA Galaxy Academy. Here's an early opportunity. Vargas crossing, a second fake. The left-footed shot is blocked up in the air. And it rolls out of play, a corner kick. Marlon Vargas, speaking of California natives, he's from Bakersfield. Scored in his last match against LA Galaxy. 17 minutes in, almost scored in the 16th minute tonight. Lares, the Denver native, to deliver the corner kick. He's got 5 assists. Leads the league in assists. Also has 1 game-winning goal. Trying to even up the match. Crossing pass, and it rolls out of play. In a moment, we're going to remind you about UC Health, but first let's watch this corner kick. Vargas, another opportunity, this one in front of the net, angled off the head and out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by UC Health, with personalized care in locations across Colorado. UC Health is here for you no matter where your story takes you. UC Health, live extraordinary. 1-0, early lead from at least if you go by the standings, the underdogs. Juan Calderon, the Riverside, California native. About 10 minutes into the match, gave LA the 1-0 lead. Off a deflection from the back line from Colorado. Went right to Calderon with the left foot, he drilled it. You get the sense, so with the pressure that Colorado has put offensively, that a goal could be coming. Bibu gets the touch. His second match in as many days this weekend. The crossing shot is over the top of the crossbar. It'll be a goal kick. Aaron Bibu, 8 goals this season, tied for second. He played 7 minutes for the A team yesterday against Colorado. It's an interesting spot for Galaxy to be in. I would assume in part they were able to bring Bibu back today because he was in town. They played the A team in Denver, and he stayed with Rapids 2 and is competing tonight. A counterattack for Rapids 2. A little touch in the box. Here's a good opportunity for Vargas. And he's turned away as a Senge, excuse me, turns him away. Nice little touch. It's chipped back. Kept in by Lares. Rolled to the right side. Sent to the middle. A fake shot. The pass. Harris. The cross. The goal. The third one from Calvin Harris this season. We're tied at 1. Calvin Harris, the crossing shot, hit the right side of the goal, and he has 3 this year. On his return to Colorado Rapids 2, he makes his presence known. Let's have a look at Harris's goal. It all started with Hania. The fake pass right to Harris, was able to angle the keeper, Micevic, closer to him, and then delivered with the left foot. Second overall pick in the 2021 MLS Super Draft. He returns to the team after a stint with the A squad, saw time in 4 matches. And he already has a goal 19 minutes into his return. Get a feeling that Calvin Harris is going to be a really valuable player for the A team at some point soon. There's a couple guys out there. It's hard to say Yosuke Hanya is not going to be one as well. But the list could be long for both rosters. Got a handball on Los Angeles. So we're tied at 1. Colorado responds to an early goal from Galaxy. Let's see what Los Angeles does now. Hanya to the sideline. There's Yosuke Hanya, the native of Tokyo, Japan. 2 goals in his last 4 matches, won team MVP last year. Next Pro April Player of the Month. Over the top pass. Hanya is running down the middle. The intended target was Sebastian Anderson, starting this week after coming off the bench last week. I want to make a real quick note on Anderson, number 27. You saw him at the top there. Been in the organization for 4 years, became the youngest Rapids player to play in a match. He was 16 years old and 262 days. He scored a goal later that season. I can't imagine playing at the professional level of anything. When you're 16, you just learn to drive, and now he finds himself on a professional soccer team. As Hanya puts pressure. Ball tight ropes the sideline. Bibu may have got away with a bit of a push. It goes out of play, and it will stay with LA Galaxy. Akala takes the inbounds pass. Warm evening here in Denver, 85 degrees. It's been warm throughout the week. Teetering back and forth between 80 degrees and about 87 or 88. No rain this week as well. It's a little bit too cool, maybe. Maybe not hot enough is a better term for hydration break tonight. As the ball rolls out of bounds, or rather a set play coming up for Galaxy after the foul. An early goal from Juan Calderon, the 19-year-old Riverside native. And then the response from Calvin Harris. His third goal this year in his first match back with Rapids 2. LA a set play. Ball rolled back to Mateo Carbone. Nice ball in the box. He had a target he was looking for. It's turned back away. Carbone keeps it. High ball in the middle and cleared by the back line. And there's Harris. He's off the races. Harris has some space. Calvin Harris looking for a second goal, and he scores his second tonight. Calvin Harris puts LA up 2-1. Calvin Harris making his presence felt in his return. 2 goals in 23 minutes, and the Rapids are back on top. It's an over-the-top ball that was perfectly placed. Harris with those long strides. Not a whole lot Mitrovic can do. You feel for him there. Tough position on the breakaway for Harris. So 2-1 lead for Rapids. They're back on top. For a moment, it looked like LA Galaxy was in great position. Now they'll have to fight from behind. On a quick, you saw the graphic come up. Remind you this portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Big thanks to Toyota. Toyota lets go places. 2-1 Colorado leading against LA Galaxy. Senge sent it to the sideline. You see Perez waiting for it. For Kranis instead, tries to reverse field. Be careful here if you're Galaxy. Rapids are known for putting pressure on and trying to force a turnover in a dangerous spot. Just like that, as the ball rolls out of play, Hania almost was able to get the counterattack opportunity. 2 goals for Colorado, and Yosuke Hania has hardly touched the ball. The one time he did, he almost got a goal himself, but that's what happens when a player like Calvin Harris comes back to the team. It's amazing to think that Rapids went on that incredible run, 12 straight games without a loss. It just ended against Tacoma Defiance this past week. Now they're trying to rebound, the top team in the league. They did all that without Calvin, or most of that, I should say, not all of it. A good chunk of that without Calvin Harris recently. But with him back, they are really, really dangerous. Perez looking to cross the chip towards the top of the box. A good pass. Bibu just maybe a little bit too hard on that touch, and it goes out of play. Aaron Bibu's been played well by this back line so far by Colorado. They have the best goal differential in the league. Not just about offense, but they are very good on the other end as well. Two goals by Calvin Harris has Colorado up 2-1. Juan Calderon has a score for LA. Already seen improvements from Galaxy in this match. They only had one shot on goal against Colorado in their first matchup, 6 total shots. Playing more aggressive, getting more opportunities. Already 3 for Galaxy, 5 shots for Colorado. It's amazing how quickly I should say, the Rapids get the ball around the field. They're so quick at passing, already on 200 passes in this match. Nice ball over the top to Hanya. He tried to spin past the defender, and it's knocked out of play. Teo Carbone was ready for Hanya, league's leading goal scorer. The guy right behind him, Aaron Bibu, is on the other end. A mishit that rolls right to the intended target, Markanek. Markanek over to Travis. Travis looking across, chips to the right side. The back line is ready for LA. Still on the foot of Travis. Harris with 2 goals. Deep shot, and Micevic blocks it away. Gets a second opportunity from Harris, and he pulls it out of the sky. Would not have mattered, though. Wasn't offside. Calvin Harris was coming in fast on goal. Turnover to Rapids, and they reset. We'll go back to our conversations this week as we watch Harris. 2 goals. Can he make it 3? Maneuvers to the box, and it's saved. And a foul on Rapids. As I mentioned, I want to go back to our call with Coach Boucher for Colorado this week. He called this game against Galaxy a bit of a trap, and we're seeing why. LA came out with that first goal because Colorado did so well last time, and how young Galaxy is. He said they look forward to playing them for who they are as a good soccer team. You can see that possession battle cleanly won by Colorado so far, but 4 shots already from LA. They only had 6 the entire match when these teams first met. So a clear improvement. Also important to note, we haven't mentioned this yet, that Remy Cabral is out tonight. He's the team's 2nd leading goal scorer for Colorado. He has a right knee injury. This portion of the match is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Rolled into the box, here's Travis, and he's run out of bounds. Every season starts at Dick's. We appreciate Dick's Sporting Goods for sponsoring this portion of the match. Another corner kick coming up for Galaxy, it looks like. Or excuse me, Rapids. We get set for the corner kick from Rapids. They've already had 3. This is number 4 early on in this match. Have not scored off a corner kick yet. Here is the delivery. Right in the middle of the field. Gets through everybody. The shot is high from Keita. The Columbus, Ohio native, making his 2nd straight start this season. Had a look. Mentioned some of the positivity from Coach Boucher. Also had fun talking with, as Galaxy tries to work their way down the sideline, Galaxy coach Marcelo Sarvis He said he just gets so much joy from watching these players develop when he sees guys reach the next level. It is such a great feeling for him, for the players. He's so happy for them. He said, look, you know, yes, when a player like Aaron Bibu, who they have today, they weren't sure they were going to, makes the next level, it's tough because you got to fill that void. But you also feel good for the player because he's reached a goal he set out to achieve. There is Bibu coming back to set up in the middle of the field. You see him on the far side. Again, Rapids, though, take it away. They've really closed the door since about the 15-minute mark and made it real tough for Galaxy to create anything in the attacking third. Strong tackle around midfield. And an almost goal there, and it's turned away by Rodriguez. So Abraham Rodriguez, maybe his toughest test so far outside of the goal earlier from Calderon. Able to make the play. Galaxy's quick. They can force a turnover. You saw Vivi put the pressure on defensively. That led to it. Nifty footwork from Isenge. Saldana at midfield, back to the sideline. You can see Gonzalez calling for it on the near side and a foul at midfield. Michael Edwards picks it up. First time we've called his name tonight. He scored the game-winning goal on April 9th against Portland. Does have that ability to score from the back line. To the middle with Calderon, who has the only goal for Galaxy so far, number 65. You can see him try to sneak by that back line for the Rapids. Pass deflected, almost taken back by Rapids. Marcanic got a foot on it. Colorado, the #1 team in the Western Conference, LA Galaxy, towards the bottom, but they've been playing better recently. Multiple goals in 2 of their past 3 matches. Already won here in the first half. It's an improving offense, and it could be a dangerous team as the year goes on, especially if Aaron Bibu gets some action. He's pulled down. Was he in the box? Let's see. As he got tangled up with the defender, and it's just an offside. So Bibu, I thought for a second it was borderline where he got pulled down, but he was already offside, so did it make a difference? That could have been a big turn of events if Bibu would be looking at a penalty kick. But an offside, and now here comes Colorado. Bibu almost picks up the steal. And back to the safety valve, the keeper Rodriguez. Abraham Rodriguez making his 4th start this year. The keeper returned to the team before the Tacoma game, said he was ready and willing to play in that matchup. But coach said he needed just a little bit more time to get his legs under him, make sure he was all right. On the other end, Hanya to the middle. The shot is turned away as Jackson Travis had a look at the net, and it was denied. Let's have a look at the replay. Set up right to Travis in the middle. May have just miskicked it, actually. It looked like from that initial angle that it was saved by Micevic. That's one of those. Golfers can understand that. When you think you swung clean and you just slice it about 20 yards off to the right. Galaxy catch a break. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. About 8 minutes plus extra time left in this first half. Galaxy led 10 minutes in, 1-0. Juan Calderon, a great early goal with a left foot in the box past the talented keeper Rodriguez. But Calvin Harris has been the story. 2 goals for the returner for Rapids 2. He now has 4 this season. 2 in the first 23 minutes, and Colorado leads 2-1. We knew he would be a big addition back on this roster, former number 2 overall pick in the 2021 MLS Super Draft, and that has played out today. Yosuke Hanya and Aaron Bibu, the 2 leading goal scorers in MLS Next Pro. Relatively quiet first halves. Hanya did have a shot on goal that was saved by Micevic in the first 7 or 8 minutes. First 20 minutes or so action-packed. I'd say maybe first 25 minutes. The last 15 to 20. Been a little bit more like this. Both teams peppering at the midfield, trying to find space defensively as Hanya puts the pressure on. Almost came away with the takeaway and is whistled for the foul. Hanya himself was called up on May 12th, made his MLS debut versus Atlanta on May 17th. This time it is Michael Edwards picking up the foul. Set play in a good spot here for LA. Let's see what they can do with it. It'll be taken by Akala, the 17-year-old from Stockton, California, the LA Academy product. One of the team's most versatile players, had a twirling goal in Week 12 for the MLS Next Pro. Goal of the match day. Great pass in the middle. Rodriguez just palms it out. Still the attacking third for LA. Now they retreat to midfield. Going back to that goal from Akala, if you get a chance to look at the LA Galaxy 2 Twitter page, it is such an incredible shot. Bibu went up for it. Difficult angle and knocked it out of play. You can tell LA wants to get it to their leading goal scorer, Aaron Bibu. But he has such a gravitational pull when he's in the box. 3 or 4 defenders always around him. Not too often you see a player play twice in the same weekend. Bibu played yesterday with the A team, 7 minutes. Did get a shot off. Now he's back playing with LA Galaxy 2. Talk about MLS Next Pro as a great pathways league, helping young, talented players develop. These 2 teams are such a great example of that. Some nice backspin over the top pass. Hanya on the far side, crosses back to his left foot, turns to the back. Here's Hanya. The crossing pass is deflected to the top, then a missed kick, and it goes out of play. It was actually Sebastian Anderson who had the ball first. Put it down on the one touch, got it to Hanya. Watch out, Hanya coming in fast, little chip to the sideline. And now Galaxy is off and running. Calderon with a goal already, circles to the back, delivers a pass. Gonzalez comes up to take it. Gonzalez with 4 assists, nice lead ball. Crossing ball in the middle. Bibu was the intended target. It's still in play for Gonzalez. He puts it back on his left foot. The awkward spinning shot is kept in the attacking third. It's Perez keeping possession for LA. Saldana back to Perez. Gonzalez crosses. Far side seeking Bibu over the top of everybody. And past the touchline, it will belong to Colorado. A heart-stopping moment there for Colorado fans. It looked like LA was in position to do damage. The defense was able to collapse in the last second and make things tough. Harris tangled up with Nsenge, and he goes down. You hear Nsenge asking what I do, the 20-year-old from Cameroon. Make sure Harris is okay. Let's get a look at that replay. Harris, 2 goals already today. Gets tangled up with Nsenge, the Cameroon native. Yeah, went down to that right arm. Yeah, you can see Nsenge maybe inadvertently stepped on the hand of Harris. Calvin Harris, so important. 2nd overall pick in 2021. Made 14 appearances in the MLS in his rookie season, was picked by Cincinnati, and then was traded to the Rapids in December of 2022. He's already had a stint with the 8 team. 2 goals in his return today. Asel Nsenge, the 20-year-old from Cameroon, he started all 13 matches this year for LA Galaxy, a regular midfielder, product of the LA Galaxy Academy. We mentioned that 13 players in this roster come from the Academy. Has really turned them out. He's been playing for the Academy since he was 15 years old, but also played over in Cameroon during that time period. Looks like Harris, thankfully, will stay out there. Travis, pressure on the sideline, gets tangled up with Gonzalez. And that's a foul on Adrian. Through ball is gorgeous. Hanya tips and it rolls out of play. A little bit too strong, and it will lead, looks like, to a corner. Maybe Micevic got a fingertip on it. Been a busy evening for the keeper, Novak Micevic, making just his 3rd start, and he has been tested. Responded well a couple times. You can't get them all, though, and another corner opportunity coming up for Colorado. Short kick to the front, and it's off the foot of Hanya, out of play. Or Hanya, excuse me. Alcala will give way to his teammate to throw it as we're getting close to halftime. 2 goals by Calvin Harris are the difference. We'll have 2 minutes of added time. LA Galaxy got off to a quick start, a 1-0 lead about 10 minutes into this match. And then in the next 15 minutes, Calvin Harris scored twice to give the home team the advantage. They're trying to pad their lead before halftime. Sebastian Anderson turned back to midfield. Marcanic over the top pass. On the foot of Jackson Travis. He looks for the cross. Slow roller back to Travis. Now outside the box to Vargas. Vargas trying to cross. Vargas in the middle, looking for Harris. There'll be another corner kick. I have corner kick number 5 in this first half for Colorado. Once again, Oliver Lares to deliver 5 assists, 2 assists against LA Galaxy the first time these teams played. Just a minute till halftime. If you want to stick around, we have some highlights from earlier this week, some really interesting stories from around the league. But first, Lares, the corner kick, up in the air to the far side. Now at the top of the box. And a tackle on the sideline. And a foul given to Rapids. Sebastian Anderson, the infraction. Galaxy will have one more opportunity before halftime, it looks like. Now the Rapids will get a chance. The Denver native Lares rolls back to midfield. Marcanic from Bourbonnais, Illinois, reverses to the sideline, and the whistle is blown by Jalen Gray, signaling halftime. LA Galaxy 2 came out quick, a goal in the first 10 minutes. But a response from Rapids 2, a pair in the net from Calvin Harris. And at the University of Denver Soccer Stadium, it is Colorado Rapids 2-2 and LA Galaxy 2-1 at the break. Major League Soccer and RCX Sports have launched MLS Go, a groundbreaking recreational soccer program. Boys and girls aged 4 to 14 can now experience a fun, affordable, and local soccer journey. This fall, MLS Go debuts in 18 markets, expanding access to the sport. You can go to MLSGo.com for more information. The record-breaking unbeaten streak came to an end on Sunday for Colorado Rapids. Michelle and Samara wrap up a busy match day 13 as they take us through the match day rewind.
With another 20-plus games across match day 13, it's no surprise that this week gave us plenty to look back on. Samara and I are here with everything you might have missed, from crazy upsets to massive wins.
The weekend's biggest upset has to be the one that ended a historic undefeated run. Colorado Rapids 2's 12-game unbeaten streak snapped after a surprising 2-1 defeat against Tacoma Defiance. Their goals, by the way, were absolute bangers. Rapids 2 hadn't seen a loss since September 18th of last year. That's exactly 9 months ago. And while coach Eric Boucher knew a loss was imminent, it's still a sour one nonetheless.
For a lot of the guys, last year is not a distant memory. So when the first loss would come, what would be the response? And I thought the most important moment perhaps in our season would be just that. The moment after our first loss, and the moment in this case being how we return to training and how we perform the next game. And that's, I expect the guys to respond very well. The feeling or the energy that was on the field in the second half for us, that won't have anything to do with LA. It's about going out and proving ourselves.
But the upsets didn't stop there. Quakes 2 with one of their own over North Texas SC. We told you before the match to keep an eye on Quakes 2. They'd gone toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the West the last 2 weeks. Well, they did it once again in their match against North Texas SC, notching a 1-0 win on the road. Once again, the defense was stout, with Quakes 2 claiming the team's 6th clean sheet of the season. That's good for second most in the league. They're now just one of only 2 teams remaining to stay unbeaten on the road this season.
Also extending its unbeaten run to 4 was Fire 2. The Chicago side had a perfect weekend, winning 2 games in 4 days. The first was a 1-0 home win over East contender OCB, with Charlie Ostrom heading in the lone goal. The second was a convincing 5-2 road win over Union 2, thanks in part to Alex Moniz, who opened up the scoreboard, and Sergio Oregel Jr. and Victor Becerra, each scoring a pair. With a double victory, Fire 2 climbed up to 8 in the Eastern standings.
Another team posting 2 wins in 3 days, Huntsville City FC. The boys in blue made club history with their matchday 13 wins, moving their win streak to 3 straight, the longest in the young club's existence. They also posted their first clean sheet in their 2-0 win over Inter Miami 2 in front of a rowdy Joe Davis crowd. The club has now jumped up 5 spots in the table over the last 2 weeks, as they've really embraced what Coach Jack Collison preached ahead of this stretch.
And we said at the start of the week, season-defining week, what are we going to do? And 9 points, 8 goals, first clean sheet. So just really pleased for them guys, because they've been working really hard, so they deserve a little bit of success.
We've got more content coming your way on MLSNextPro.com and MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. We'll see you back here after Match Day 14.
Thank you, Michelle and Samara, for that update. Colorado leading LA 2-1 at the half. The MLS Next Cup wrapped up this weekend in the Dallas area. Let's revisit the winning sides by age group.
The championship match at the U15 level of MLS Next Cup. The New York Red Bulls and CF Montreal just 3 months removed from a 7-1 victory by the Red Bulls against Montreal. But Montreal came into this final with confidence. They battled, and Zach Lashab steps up in the 74th minute with this goal.
And what a terrific goal he was. He understands that as the real estate is at this back post. So many players are just occupied with the ball. Let me hang around. Great first touch and just roots this thing. CF Montreal have their goal late into this game, David.
So the underdogs looking to win it all, but no quit from Red Bulls. Audrey Mametti with the ball over the top, and Julian Hall, his 5th goal of the tournament.
And who else? This is the player that you want in and around that 18-yard box behind this back line for CF Montreal. It's a great first touch, but he just closes his hips and ropes it into that near post. We have a tied game here at this moment in time.
So into stoppage time of this match. No quit from these sides. Lashab trying to put a highlight reel goal down as the winner, and Stokes off the goal kick creates a chance for Hall.
And the question mark was who's going to make the difference. Changing blow for blow. This is Lachab. Now it's Julian Hall. If he opens up his hip and slots it into that far post, probably a better angle. You see the frustration from the young man.
But he doesn't have to carry the load himself with this Red Bull attack. Him, Lester, and Tanner Rossbro, the three-headed monster. Rossbro, 16 goals on the year, and an electric strike here to win the whole thing.
Just stop it. Stop it right now, Tanner Rossbro. Doesn't need a second invitation. Pulls the trigger. New York Red Bull U15 MLS Next Cup champions. You see what it means to the whole roster.
MLS Next Cup U16 Finals, #1 Strikers FC, #2 Atlanta United FC. What an electric match from the start, Ricky.
And picking and choosing your times when to join the attack as an outside back is just so important. As the ball rotates back, take nothing away from this finish from Cooper Sanchez. Just ropes this thing, closes his hips at the last second, and talk about quality at its highest order. Atlanta United, they go up 1-0 in this final.
Sanchez scoring first in the slide. Didn't get all of it, but still a fun celebration for Atlanta. And it wouldn't stop there. Rocket Rita working his way inside the box, drawing the penalty, and then making it 2-0.
And he gets there first. He makes the most of that contact, and he steps up. He says, don't mind if I do. It's such a difficult technique to perfect. A little start-stop. Ropes this thing into that near post. And Atlanta United, 2-0, very comfortable going into halftime.
And there are some chances here by the Strikers, able to get one in the second half off the head of Cole Harris in the set piece.
And just rises up like a salmon. Textbook header from the center back. Rises up off his left shoulder. We have a game here, but talking about making your substitutions make a difference for this Atlanta United side. And you go to the bench, if you're Kevin Kratz, you bring on players that they're going to make a difference. As this game is getting seen out, talk about this touch from Watson around the corner, and then look at the top of your screen. Garcia does so well to keep himself onside, and it's that extra pass, the unselfishness from the #9 to play it into the path of Gonzalez. Head up, off to the corner. That's 3 goals. That's a win for Atlanta United, and they are champions of the U16 level.
Atlanta United, the exclamation mark by Joseph Gonzalez, making it 3-1. Atlanta United FC, your MLS Next Cup U16 champions, 3-1 final over Strikers FC. Our final matchup of the MLS Next Cup in the U17 finals, Real Colorado versus the LA Galaxy. Ricky, what an exciting finish.
Changing the point of attack for this LA Galaxy side as Miller stepped up into that final third. The little drop of the shoulder, low and hard to that far post. It always gives you an opportunity. It always gives you a chance, and he makes no mistake about this finish. And also, 10 out of 10 on celebration.
Harbor Miller, the right back, acting like a striker, putting the Galaxy on the board, but it wouldn't stop there. Miller went to work on the far side wing, touches it back to Paulo Rudisill, and how about Rudisill, a fancy footwork to set up Ruben Ramos for the goal.
And he's a player you highlight coming into this final match, but the ability to be so comfortable in tight spaces, not 1, not 2, but 3 Real Colorado defenders, and then he has the composure to roll us into the path of Ramos at the bottom of your screen. He just peels away from his individual mark, and what a lovely finish this is from the weak-sided midfielder.
Colorado down but not out. Seconds following the hydration break, was able to find their way in for their first goal off the corner kick.
As this ball pops off, Macias makes no mistake about the finish. He just needs to get it on target. There's just so much traffic in front of Adams, but you get yourself in a dangerous area, you're going to get rewarded, and the comeback is on.
And the consistency continued after that. Momentum Real Colorado's way. At the edge of the sixth, it was Cooper Highline to level this matchup at 2.
And as this ball recycles out, you just watch at the bottom of your screen, Highline, that touch right there is so exquisite for number 9 to create separation, but also the quality to go up into that far post, tie at this game. Highline corner and celebrate.
And then going into the second half, that's when your key players step up when it matters the most for the LA Galaxy. Julian Palacios getting his first goal in this match to give LA a 3-2 lead.
You hang around the barbershop long enough, Danny, you're going to get a haircut. This is exactly what Palacios did. Hanging around that 6-yard box, this ball pops up. Just get it on target, hit it clean, off to the corner. You give your side the lead here, 3-2.
Well, Palacios wanted another haircut right after. He was still feeling it in this match, ending it with a brace and being able to give LA a 4-2 lead in the second.
Gets rewarded for his hard work. Luck, yes, but you create your own luck into this match. You get it on target, you give yourself a chance. Just turns the corner of Lund. It's an uh-oh moment for DiBella, but he doesn't care. It's off to the corner. He gets his brace. LA Galaxy, they get their win. LA Galaxy 2023 U17 MLS Next Cup champions. Well done.
2023 MLS Next Cup final at the U19 level. The New England Revolution looking to repeat as champions, but FC Delco trying to break through and get their first ever win. And who else? Kyrie's with his 5th goal of the tournament.
Golden Boot leader for a reason. You talk about him getting himself in and around that 18-yard box. He gets the second bite of the apple. Probably not his prettiest goal in his career, but the most effective. And that's an effective D-side if I've ever seen one, David.
So Delco takes the momentum to halftime. Brad Knighton makes 3 changes at halftime. One of them is USU 17 international Peyton Miller, who tags this one.
And just take a bow. You can't hit it any cleaner than this, but talk about Dos Santos. The information on this pass just to roll us into the path of the outside backs. What a quality finish that was. New England Revolution, they draw this game at this point in time.
So the Revs, after this, they go down a man with their red card for Jack Burkhart, but they go up a goal here, the finish from Alex St. John.
And all about the movement, top of your screen, just that little change of pace right here that makes a difference. As a striker, you always want to play off the shoulder, in between the 2 center backs. As Parvu picks up his head, it's a quality service, and St. John doesn't need to hit it hard, just to say redirect it into the back of that net, off to the corner and celebrate. Revs have their lead.
This Delco group, they went to the quarterfinals 2 years ago, the semifinals last year. They had the heart of a champion, and they continued, Ricky, to fight against everything to try and get the breakthrough.
And it's the last bite of the apple here for FC Delco. As this ball comes around, you see the secondary action. It's the outside back. McDade has eyes for that far post, but lacks the composure, sends it high and wide.
The New England Revolution are the first ever repeat champions in MLS Next Cup as they sit atop the throne once again at the U19 level.
Man, that was a lot of fun seeing those highlights. Great work by our crew. All that talent coming up. Rapids leading 2-1 against Galaxy. Let's see how they got here. Some exciting highlights from that first half. Galaxy leading 2-1, but it was, or excuse me, Rapids leading 2-1. It was Galaxy getting off to the quick start. This angled shot back to Calderon, and the strong left-footed kick was able to squeeze it past Rodriguez for the first goal just 8 minutes into that match. A punch to the jaw from Galaxy to Rapids, but Colorado being the team they are, you've only lost 1 time this season for a reason. You know how to respond, and they did in a big way in that first half. Calvin Harris back from the A team, so composed in the box, puts it on his left foot, a pair of left foot goals, one from either side early in that first half to even the matchup at 1 apiece. Harris would not be done though. He picked up an early goal, and then this just chip ball over the top somehow found its way to Harris, and then he was off to the races. You feel for Micevic, the keeper. Calvin Harris puts it away, and Rapids is up 2-1 at the break. 4 goals now this season for the former number 2 overall pick in the 2021 MLS Super Draft. 2-1 Rapids leading the Galaxy. at the break. Calvin Harris with a pair of goals. Let's have a look at the midweek schedule we have coming up. As you can see today, plenty of action. It's been a good one all around. We have a couple matches in action right now. Timbers 2 on top of Real Monarchs 2-1. Was this Real Monarchs team that beat Galaxy 2 weeks ago. New York City Football Club 2 on top against Atlanta United 2 by a 1-0 score as they approach halftime. How about Crown Legacy FC? They continue to be the team to beat in the Eastern Conference. They beat Chicago Fire 4-2 earlier today. And Tacoma Defiance, how they got an encore that incredible performance last week when they beat Rapids 2. They play tonight. Kick is at 10 Eastern against Austin FC 2. So a lot of exciting action happening right now, and then that'll be a really fun one. Tacoma going up against Austin later on tonight. We should have a fun second half here in Denver, Colorado. Denver University Soccer Stadium. Ryan Pierce, great to have you with us. Really fun evening and a gorgeous evening for soccer. Weather in the mid-80s is always nice. Here in Denver, Colorado, it seems, even when it rains, we still have that gorgeous scenery surrounding this city. LA Galaxy 2 scored first. Juan Calderon, an early left-footed goal. Calvin Harris responded with a pair himself, and now we are set for action here in the second half with the team's leading goal scorer, Aaron Bipu, set to get things started. Let's see if LA Galaxy can pull off the comeback, or will Colorado Rapids start a new streak after 12 straight matches unbeaten was ended this past week against Tacoma. Coach Marcelo Sarvis discussed with us this week about how his team is really starting to figure out offensively. 2 of their last 3 matches, they scored twice. And now they've got an early goal against Colorado. Early pressure from Rapids too. That's something we've seen throughout this matchup here at the University of Denver Soccer Stadium, an early miscue. And in their home maroon uniforms, Colorado takes over. Yosuke Hanya had a shot on goal in that first half, otherwise kept in check. Aaron Bipu has been relatively quiet. Maneuvering at midfield, here comes Kate. Kate to the sideline. It's to Harris, who crosses back to the middle. And a good backline play by LA. Wanted to make sure I got the name right. I believe that was for Kranis in that back line making the tackle. VV, back touches, Carbone. Oftentimes the offense works through him. One of those defenders that's such a good passer. You can see Colorado just packing it in and trying to anticipate each movement from LA. That's the next challenge, even though Rapids controlled the possession in that first half. With the advantage, they can really play passively and just try not to make a mistake, making life tough for Galaxy when they get in their attacking third or even past the midfield line. You can see LA thinking, trying to figure out the puzzle. Here's a little bit of space and momentum as Calderon with a goal tries to attack. Akala on the sideline, chips it across, and it goes over the top. Rodriguez making his 4th start this season. He spent the past really month and a half battling injuries. He's in good shape now, though. After an early goal, he's been steady. And the possession battle, exactly 50% both sides now. Rapids leading the shots 10-7, including shots on goal 4-2. But LA Galaxy already one more shot today than they did in their first matchup when it was all Colorado. They won 5-0. Hania to the middle. Now Anderson. Rapids trying to start a new streak. They had their 12-match unbeaten streak snapped this past weekend against Tacoma. They hadn't lost since last September. They have the best goal differential in the league. Micevic trying to find an opening towards midfield. Deep kick, dangerous spot at the top. Now Laurez pulls it back and resets with Anderson. In the middle to Laurez, one of their best passers. Laurez seeks to the right, dumps off to Hania. Hania crosses in the middle, it's deflected and scooped up by Micevic as he keeps his cool and pulls it in. Niko Micevic keeps LA in it, still only down by one. Novak Micevic. 0-1-1 this year, 9 goals against him, including 2 today. Aguirre tries to spin out of trouble, works the sideline. Travis maneuvers to the middle, little touch over to Vargas. Now the counterattack is on for Galaxy. Let's see what they can do. Ball tight ropes the sideline. An angle for LA. Bibu running up the middle. Back to the top of the box and turned away as Laurez got in front of it. And then off the thigh of his teammate, it'll be a throw in for Galaxy. Those might be the kind of opportunities that are few and far between in this second half for LA. Galaxy reverse field. Carbone was waiting. Instead, it goes back to the right side. It's fun to watch Calvin Harris as a defender. We know what he can do, number 14 for Colorado offensively. As a touch a little bit too strong over the top. Keita tried to turn it around, and it ricochets back to the attacking third. Maybe another chance here for Galaxy. VV tries to maneuver, rolls to the sideline. Pass in the middle, and it's off the head of Bibu. That might have been his best opportunity yet. He's a tall offensive player, 6'3" in cleats. He looks to be more like 6'4", 6'5". He really towers over defenders.
Calvin.
Abraham Rodriguez, only 5'9". He's a very quick keeper, doesn't have the height that you normally see. You compare it maybe in basketball. Bibu coming in is like a big post player. He's got that height advantage. He can get the ball earlier in its trajectory through the air. Sometimes against a smaller keeper, that can be a challenge, but so far, Rodriguez has done well against the tall goal scorer as the crossing ball goes past everybody out of play. Goal kick coming up for Rodriguez. Or rather, Micevic. Little touch on the sideline, circling back around is VV. VV in the middle, goes back and forth with the Kala. Rather, Isenja. Back to Calderon. He sent gut to the middle. Will touch the sideline, out of play. Carbone was the target. 2 goals for Calvin Harris in the first half. It is returned to Rapids 2. Calderon got the scoring started for Galaxy about 8 minutes into the first half. These two teams played each other yesterday at the A-team level. Rare you see that, where both teams are in town at the same time. Here's a dangerous spot for Colorado, looking to cross, and stumbling is Anderson, and goes out of play. May have been a reason why Aaron Bibu was able to play today, the top goal scorer for LA Galaxy. We didn't think he was going to. It was a pleasant surprise when we saw the lineup as he came out yesterday for LA Galaxy and played 7 minutes. Now he's played the full 54 plus here for Galaxy 2. Oliver Lares, the corner kick in the middle as he was looking for Michael Edwards, and it's turned back. Quick touch to Lares. He seeks an angle, spins it to the box. Knocked away by Forkranis. And now the counter might be on for LA. Nice defensive play to slow down the momentum and let the defense reset. Well, we have a moment. Want to give a big shout out to Kevin Acevedo. He does all the media work for LA Galaxy 2 and Kinsey Frey. They're the ones that really keep us updated. It's incredible the amount of media work, PR work that goes into these matches, especially when you have players coming in and out of the lineup. You're not sure who's going to start, going to be on a roster. It is a lot of work, and both of those two do a great job. Very difficult jobs in those positions sometimes, and get some really good ones at MLS Next Pro working those positions. In the 56th minute, ball ricochets off the defender. It'll be a throw-in coming up for LA. A couple subs coming in for Galaxy, some fresh legs. We can get some names on them for Coach Marcelo Sarvis. There we go. Klein will come in for LA, Carson Klein. As Carbone will check out, so Klein comes in to play defense, and Aaron Bibu's gonna get a break. Axel Picasso is in. So Bibu, the leading goal scorer, is out for LA. Remember, I've talked about it a couple times. He played yesterday, so good call there, it seems, by Coach Marcelo Sarvis to give Bibu a break after playing in back-to-back days at 2 different teams. Don't want to overexert one of your young men, put them in a position for an injury. That's the last thing you want to do. Axel Picasso got the call up the U.S. 16 boys national team camp for IMG in 2016. I say that indicating he's had a really good early career so far. He's been one of the better players at his age level for a long time. He comes in as a midfielder for Galaxy. Then you also saw Klein. He comes in on the defensive end, making his first action since May 21st against Timbers 2. Nice little touch. Backline ready for Colorado. Rodriguez slow things down, looks over the defense. Time on the side of Rapids 2. Been a far different match than the first time these two teams met. Early in the year, Colorado won 5-0 in Los Angeles. And tonight, LA Galaxy is putting up a really good fight. Down 2-1. Rapids trying to extend their advantage. It's Calvin Harris with the ball, touches in the middle, back to Harris, takes a big swing at it, and it's turned back. Still in the attacking third. Anderson, the chip to the far side. A chance and a goal for Rapids, but it's pulled back. Marlon Vargas was offside, and it looked like that was the call. The Bakersfield native a little bit too early, and his third goal of the year is waved off. A couple times, Rapids has been in a good position, and offsides has kept them off the board. Colorado on the move again. Anderson holds up his hand on the near side of the field. And that's where it goes. Hania in the middle. Nice tackle to kick the ball away. Kranis is having a really good second half. And now here comes Galaxy with an opportunity. Little stutter step move to the top of the box. Edwards keeps it on the Rapids side. Colorado 9-1-3, 32 points. They're top of the Western Conference, trying to get back to their winning ways after a loss last week. Here's Calvin Harris, left-footed kick, gets a little bit wide and goes out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by UC Health, with personalized care and locations across Colorado. UC Health is here for you no matter where your story takes you. UC Health, live extraordinary. Appreciate our sponsors. UC Health, part of that great healthcare community in the Denver, Colorado area. If you're a parent of a Colorado player watching, you should know your son is in good hands if something would happen. There's a lot of wonderful facilities in that community. Hania to the middle of the field. Here's Aguirre, back to Hania. Mentioned our conversation with the well-spoken Robinson Aguirre. LA Galaxy now on top of that possession battle. 8 shots for them, but just 2 goals, rather 1 goal to show for, 2 shots on target. As Harris rolls it back to the top to Michael Edwards. Anderson to the middle, to the box, and it's turned away. VV was ready for it as he takes it on the sideline. Trap on the sideline, VV escapes trouble. Isenga delivers to the sideline. Isenga and Kranis have been really solid on that back line for LA tonight. Really the second goal for Colorado. A little bit of luck. The ball popped up. It was a good pass that was deflected. It ended up finding its way somehow to Calvin Harris at midfield, and he scored on a breakaway goal. And the first Harris goal was just fantastic work by him. Put it on his left foot, was able to create an angle for himself and score. But outside of that, that middle of the back line has been really good for Kranis, along with Isenga. Larez rolls to the corner. He leads the team in shots, which is surprising when you see his 5 assist numbers. He had 2 against LA Galaxy and gets another corner opportunity. Coming out and making the play is Micevic as he falls on it. You know, it feels like Colorado should be up by 2 goals at least, but right now, LA is still undoubtedly in it. Down just 2-1 despite all the opportunities from Colorado. Micevic, for the most part, has been up to the task. The middle of the back line that we've talked about. Isenge and Crayonis, or for Crayonis, have been very good. Kept their team in it. There is Isenge to the deliver. Isenge looks over the defense, the 20-year-old from Cameroon. Kicked out of play by Sebastian Anderson. Senga keeps it himself, this time a little bit too strong on the touch to Calderon. We heard Coach Boucher mention it at halftime. If you watch that highlight package, he said one of the keys this season was what was going to happen when Colorado finally lost a match. What was their mindset going to be at practice? How would they come out in the next match? He said practice was very good this week for his team after their loss against Tacoma. Now they did come out and give up an early goal against LA today. They've responded with 2. He says their mentality is such an important part of what the rest of their season would look like, and he said it was very solid. No, it's tough if you're Colorado to think, what do you need to work on? What needs to get better? Well, Coach Boucher says conviction in the box is something that's valuable. And when you insert Calvin Harris into the lineup, that's going to happen. Here's a chance for Hanya. Hanya tries to cross and it's knocked back. Kept on the foot of Anderson. Back to Hanya. He looks for an opening in the defense. Leads the league in goals with 9. Turns and gives. Aguirre. Hanya peppers with Aguirre. Aguirre, soft left-footed kick. And a big, strong boot from Calderon sends it back to about midfield. One touch brought down by Edwards. Edwards, the backspin kick to the sideline. Colorado back in the box. And not able to do anything with it. Marlon Vargas trying to make a move, and now here comes Galaxy with a head of steam on the counterattack. In the attacking third, making a move is Alcala. Alcala puts it on his left foot, rolls to the top. And the shot harmlessly rolls to the keeper, Rodriguez. Vivi trying to make a move, and Rodriguez ready. So tough to get past the back line. Sometimes you just got to take a swing at it, and at a difficult angle, it's tough to get a lot of muscle behind it. Little contact, and it's cleared by Kate, or Kata. Handful of subs coming in for LA. We'll keep you updated when they do. As Anderson works on the offensive end, Hanya tries a cross, and it's intercepted. Good work by Saldana to get his foot on it, and it leads to a foul. Here come those subs for LA. Let's see who they are. The deep bench getting emptied out tonight for Coach Sarvis. Calderon comes out. He had that goal in the first half. Elijah Amadine in on the defensive side, and then Alcala is out. contact and a foul is called. That is on Keita. Gonzalez up the sideline, little jersey tug. Vivi trying to make a move. And Lopez was that other sub as he comes in. This portion of the match is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. It's been the year of going places for Colorado. Just one loss last week against Tacoma. Trying to start a new streak today. There's Diego Lopez, who just subbed in on that back line, number 48. He gives to Isenga. Now the roll to the sideline. We are in the 70-minute mark. Cross towards the box. The header is just a little bit wide left. Amandine with one goal this year. He scored it 2 weeks ago, and Real Monarch was in position. Would have been a very tough goal to score. Amandine from nearby Lake Forest, about 50 minutes south of LA. It's nearby to where his team plays, without the traffic, of course. Lawrence, little touch to Harris at midfield, left-footed kick to the sideline. Here comes Vargas. Vargas kicks to the middle. Actually, now it's on the foot of Vargas. Vargas, an angle, and it's turned back by Micevic. Vargas left his normal left wing side, came to the middle, had a shot on Micevic. Just kicked it right at him. Now Vargas deflects and puts it back on the Colorado side. Here's Aguirre. Lares, deep right-footed kick, and it finds the back of the net to put Colorado up 3-1. Oliver Lares, the 21-year-old from nearby Denver. His fourth goal this year, this one from way deep. And it's Colorado leading by 2.
Scored in the 71st minute by number 18,
Oliver Lares. Does he lead the team in assists, the league in assists? Yes, he does, but he can also do that. Found his ankle. Micevic did everything he could, but when it's struck clean like that, there's not much you can do. And Colorado has a cushion up by 2. He had 2 assists against LA Galaxy the first time these teams played. And now has a goal tonight in their second matchup. You know, you look at the stats and you think, how could it be the guy that has 5 assists, leads the league, has 34 shots? Well, you're seeing why he's not afraid to fire. And Oliver Lares comes up big with his 4th goal this season. I think it's a testament to LA Galaxy, the way they play defense. There's just not been a whole lot of room for Colorado to maneuver in the box. You have to take chances like that, and Lares is able to come up big. So let's see if Galaxy can get a quick strike. They had an opportunity a few moments ago. There have been some chances in this half. Not there though, as Anya comes away with a turnover. Aguirre reverses field. Pass to the middle. There's Harris. Little soft pass to Hania. Hania back on the left foot. Hania crosses. May have made an extra move that he didn't need to, but it's still in a dangerous spot to Anderson as he reverses to Travis. Travis to Vargas at the top. Vargas lost it. Back to Travis, allowing the LA defense to reset. And Travis tumbles to the turf and a foul called on Los Angeles. 2 goals by Calvin Harris, and now a goal by Oliver Lares. Has Colorado up 3-1. Another chance for Lares. Hanya wide open. His shot goes off the crossbar. Hanya, who has 9 goals this year, can't believe it. He got too cute with it and crashed it off the crossbar. Oh, Hanya, that would have been his easiest goal of the year. That's not a penalty kick. And he thought a little bit too much of it. Inches away, and Hanya, you can feel the pain as it went off the crossbar. Micevic did a good job making him think an extra second. Here comes Harris. Might try to give Hanya a second chance. And it spins to Hanya in the corner. Yosuke Hanya is going to have nightmares about that one. He had a brace last time against LA Galaxy. 2 goals in his past 4 matches. Look, he needs to have somebody in front of him. He needs to be at least 20 yards out. It's too easy for Hanya. That's the issue. Senga pressured by Harris, taps it back to Micevic. Senga playing point. It's under 15 minutes left in regulation. Down with it is VV. Anderson stumbles. It's like Coach Sarvis has said, LA Galaxy can control the time of possession. They can work their way up the field. It is finishing with conviction and getting good shots in the box. That's been their issue this year. Their offense, which has scored 4 goals in their past 3 matches. They are 11th in the Western Conference with 17. Hanya tripped up, inadvertent there, as he's slow to get up. And a foul called on Isenga. And it's a red card on Isenga. So he is out of the match. Jalen Gray must have seen something I didn't, or saw something that I didn't, because I thought, like I mentioned, it was maybe an inadvertent tangle up, but a red card given to Isenga. Let's have a look at that one again. Isenga. It almost looked like Hanya pushed off. Of course, from our vantage point, we're seeing the back of the defender, Isenga. So maybe there is something there that the referee, Jalen Gray, saw that we couldn't see, as now Hanya is getting attended to. It's the last thing you want to see if you're a Colorado fan. It didn't look too serious, but he will get looked at by the training staff. And now LA has to play a man down. They picked up a red card in the first matchup between these two teams. That one seemed more harmless than what we saw, which was more out of frustration towards the end of that last match. Yeah, we got 3 subs coming in for Colorado. So 13 minutes left to play. As Travis, who's been a very active as a defender playing offense tonight, comes out. Travis Miller is in. Keita is out. And Blake Malone, who scored the only goal against Tacoma last weekend, is in for Colorado. We got 1 more coming in. Hanya, after taking a tumble, will come out. And Amadou is in as well. So 3 subs in for Colorado as they try to close out this 3-1 lead against Galaxy. Excited to see Blake Malone play, the Omaha native. He scored in the 78th minute against Tacoma Defiance. Yeah, Got one LA sub coming in as well.
Number 74, Sergio Villalpando.
VV will check out.
Replaces number 30, Gino
Villalpando is in, number 74 for LA. You see him racing onto the field there. Sergio Villalpando making his 8th appearance this year. He's a product of nearby Ventura County Fusion Academy. One of the many local players on this LA team. That's the cool thing about this program for Galaxy. A lot of the guys are from the city, from the suburbs, from the surrounding area. It has a very much a local feel to it, with more than a dozen players from the academy now up at this level. Here is Calvin Harris to Laurez, already 1 goal. He rolls it back to Anderson. And sent to the box and rolls out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. We appreciate them for their support. Also important to note that one of the big storylines we had coming in, Yosuke Hanya up against Aaron Bibu, the 2 leading goal scorers in the league. That sort of fizzled out. Hanya had a shot on goal. Bibu had a few opportunities. Both are now out of this match. It's been the supporting cast that's been so good. A quick shot. Rodriguez doesn't have too much trouble with it. Axel Picasso looking to fire away. Had some momentum. Why not? Nobody else was with him. A pair of goals from Calvin Harris in the first half. Oliver Laurez has one here in the second. 3 unanswered for Colorado. A very early goal from Juan Calderon, who's now out of the match. His second this season for LA Galaxy, had them on top 1-0. Vargas, he's been bottled up for the most part today. One of the better offensive players for Colorado. Now Markanek crosses. Laurez was waiting in the center, and it rolls past the sideline. Amadou resets to the middle. Colorado looking for their 10th win, trying to start a new streak of unbeaten. They hadn't lost since mid-September of last year until last week's defeat to Tacoma Defiance. They've responded well tonight. They've responded well to an opening goal from LA, leading 3-1. You can give credit to LA Galaxy. So much of their roster's been in flux over the past couple weeks. Players getting called up because of a handful of injuries to the A team. Bibu was back this week. It's unclear if he will go back to the A team or not after this match is done. At some point, he will undoubtedly be back there in his career. And Galaxy came out, had a good game plan, took the early lead. They got a great set of players coming up to the youngsters from that under-19 team won the championship this weekend. Deep shot from Harris, saved by Micevic, and then tapped back in by Vargas. Marlon Vargas on the follow, and Colorado extends their lead. Marlon Vargas, the Bakersfield native, his 3rd goal this season. Tough luck for Micevic. He made the nice save, went right to Vargas, who finished off the play. He led Tacoma Defiance with 13 goals last year, and this is part of it, just able to get the chip right over the top of Micevic to finish off. Of course, LA Galaxy playing a man down. That extra defender would have come in handy there. Vargas has already been called to the Colorado first team 3 times this season. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists this year. I mentioned they've jinxed LA. They had bottled Vargas up pretty well, but he's able to break free off the rebound and finish off. That was a tough luck goal from Micevic. Eric Boucher emptying his bench for Colorado. A pair of subs coming in as Calvin Harris and his 2 goals will check out. Cerna is in. Dylan Cerna, the 29-year-old from Brighton, Colorado, checks in. Markanovic. Anthony Markanic checks out. And Logan Batiste is in on the defensive side. Batiste, he came over from Colorado from Miami CF. Just an 18-year-old from Green Acres, Florida, gets some time with about 6 minutes plus left. With the defense barreling down, Micevic delivers to the sideline and out of play. It'll be a deep throw coming in for Colorado. The Rapids go on the road for 3 matches. One reason why this was so big. They have 3 straight on the road against St. Louis, Whitecaps FC2, and Real Monarchs. So you wanted to come out and play well in your final home match before a couple on the road. Galaxy 1 more. They'll take on Earthquakes 2 at PayPal Park on June 29th, and they have 3 matches at home in a row to open up July. So a good opportunity for LA, who's playing better. They scored in 3 of their past 4 matches, counting tonight, an early one here. We'll have some home matches to start July, a chance to make up some ground in the Western Conference. Colorado trying to play clinically. A little back and forth to set up the offense. Oliver Lares has a goal. Vargas has scored, and 2 from Calvin Harris, who is now out of the match. That is the scoring today for Colorado. An early goal from Juan Calderon for LA. Colorado trying to add to it. Vargas rolls it out of play as he was looking for assist number 5 this year, trying to tie his teammate Lares for the league lead. And it goes past and out of bounds. Back to Micevic as he sends to the sideline. Some confusion for Galaxy as they try to set up their offense. And then some contact, and that's going to be a foul on the sideline on Amadou. Saldana to deliver this kick as he rolls into the far side. LA will fall to 2-9-3 after that tough loss on penalty kicks. This one a little more decisive for Colorado. It's been close until these past few minutes, though, as Vargas rolls in the box. An easy chip in for Robinson Aguirre. He scores his first goal this season. Aguirre on the board. He's been so good at midfield for Colorado. Nice to see him get his first goal this season. And Rapids 2, with LA playing a man down, are up 5-1. Little touch to Aguirre in the box. Left-footed kick. Back left part of the net. And he's got his first goal, the Fairfax, Virginia native. Talked to Robinson this week. He said it's been so good playing with this team. You know, he's away from his family in Colorado, there in Fairfax, Virginia, but he says the community around him has been so helpful. I'm sure that sentiment is shared by his teammates. When you play somewhere where the fan base treats you as one of their own, and that has been the case certainly for Colorado Rapids too. Aguirre scores his first goal this season. Edwards takes himself up the field as we're under a minute left. We'll have a little added time as well. Here's a chance for Galaxy to get on the board. The spinning shot is wide by maybe a couple feet. A chance gone by the board. Not a bad effort. Sergio Villalpando with that last opportunity. Galaxy another chance here. 3 minutes of stoppage time. And it's set up in the middle to Amadine. He tries a spinning kick and got it off the inside of his foot. You can see Rodriguez, even with the lead, Abraham Rodriguez saying, look, let's tighten this up. You're leaving too many openings. Back line probably saying, look, we're up by 4. We're tired. Colorado Rapids about to win their 10th this season. What a great year for them, an historically good season so far. They are fun to watch. Deep kick, Micevic, who's been tested frequently, makes the play. It looked like it was a save that appeared to be on target. $18 shots for Rapids, 12 for Galaxy, at 9 on target for Colorado. So 4 saves today for Micevic. 4 on target for Galaxy. They have made Rodriguez work. Put pressure on Colorado to start. They're up 1-0, but 5 unanswered from Rapids to have them up 5-1. 3 of those have come with LA playing a man down. Set up in the middle of the box, a touch pass over to Lares. The fake shot, the header to the middle, and it's cleared back to Aguirre. Quick kick, and it's saved by Micevic. Back-to-back saves for the keeper for LA. A confidence booster here to close out for Micevic, all over a couple deep shots from Colorado. It's amazing the passing accuracy of this Colorado team. LA is pretty good today, 90.3%, that's impressive. Colorado, 93.4% accuracy on passes. They're just such a clinical team, so well coached. Both these teams are, but Colorado does all the little things well, and there's a reason why they have, after tonight, the best record in the MLS, the Western Conference at the very least. Tied for the top, they'll have 35 points after this evening. And that will do it. Colorado Rapids 2. After an historic unbeaten streak was snapped at 12 games last week, they come back and pick up their 10th win this season, beat LA Galaxy by a 5-1 score. It was an incredible match by a handful of players for the Rapids tonight at University of Denver Soccer Stadium. But man, one guy really stood out in that first half, and that was Calvin Harris. He was spectacular. After LA Galaxy got on top by a 1-0 score, Calvin Harris came back and scored twice, and that is why he is our man of the match tonight, presented by Adidas. Kind of a lucky chip over the top, got to Harris, and he was off to the races. And this is when Colorado Rapids 2 took the lead and never looked back. Harris, after a stint with the A-team, comes back to Rapids 2 and scores twice to give the home team the victory tonight. Let's have a look at the upcoming schedule. Big Sunday coming up next week. A lot of fun matches, including Rapids against St. Louis. We have this Wednesday match between Philadelphia and Orlando City B to look forward to. On Thursday, Earthquakes 2 against LA Galaxy 2. That's next time we'll see LA Galaxy in action. And then Crown Legacy FC on Friday night, the team that's first in the Eastern Conference against Toronto FC 2. That will be a fun one to watch as well. Big thanks to you for tuning in on this Sunday night. Big thanks to our fantastic crew for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Ryan Pierce. Once again, our final score, Rapids 2-5, LA Galaxy 2-1. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Great to have you with us. Good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of MLS Next Pro may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcasted without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.